Hey YouTube, it's Theata here with another StarCraft 2 Noob Tube episode. It will be a match of double Zerg vs Terran Toss, ShadowQc and HunterKiller as the Zergs, and Old Greg and Theata as Terran Toss. The standard. It'll be on the ruins of Tarsonis, and it's a long video, so I will keep it nice and quick, only pausing at the critical locations. The critical things that me and Old Greg find to do are to attack early against double Zerg before they can do anything. Before they can do anything at all, like other than lings, and then just keep doing that. And sorry, just lost my train of thought. And just force field them out and stop them from using lings effectively by splitting, attack prevention, donutting, which will be shown in another video coming soon. And other strategies like that, or attack late and counter what they're doing, which can be extremely difficult if they are Zerg, a good Zerg at least, because of how Zerg should play. Only showing our... Actually no, I'll show everyone. If they hadn't noticed, there are some Zerglings there, and we did notice. I managed to remind him about his backdoor rocks fast enough. Sight went up at the towers for the Zerg, good practice. And the expansion went down nice and early for HunterKiller. We obviously used force shields quite effectively here. Let's slow this down because it's quite interesting. See how these banelings come in? Just there because they were going to the supply depot, use them to tank it out and stop all the others in the force shields. The lings decide to retreat because they don't have anything better to do. More of them turn into banelings over here and they go straight in. They like to do this sort of thing to bait me into putting them down. I actually end up putting them down anyway, just so I can know where I'm going to be donutting them into. I'm not sure how badly I do with it. Let's put it to 4 speed. They all completely retreat again, and I'm just bringing in more fodder effectively. I've got one observer to see what they're doing, see if they're coming up into here, and we know they've retreated. Old Greg feels he wants to expand. So we go to the back door so that we know what they're doing, and I force shield them in pretty ineffectively. See if I can see that one again, because it wasn't that effective. Not sure how far that even jumped. Okay, we're just a little bit back from where we want to be, which is perfect. And here we go. And breaking down the back doors. And here are the banelings over the top. I don't quite think I was watching at this time. I was watching? Yes, I was. And I know the banelings are up there. That's not too hard to figure out. And there it is. There's the split. A few of them got in. Not too bad. It was actually quite well done. Only a couple of units were taken down by those banelings. After I did that, it's pretty ineffective pretty effective against banelings, and using the banelings makes it pretty ineffective against a sentry lot. Here comes some roaches, which are going to be fairly ineffective against marauders, and I believe they do. They have an extra hatch down there, which we don't know about, but this still puts them back, stops them from mining here, and we take out tech here, which can provide you with a good bonus, especially if they're going to do this. And here come more banelings. I wasn't watching, and there goes most of the army, and in come more banelings and more roaches. This point in the game, this point here, I decided to just completely retreat, see if I could block them any off. I didn't manage to do that very well, and there goes a failed split, and managed to save 4 sentries and let the rest of that die and tank out the damage. Got the medivac to retreat, and things just start to roll over. I wonder what I can do, and I believe at this point I use the observer wherever he is. Cheeky little thing. I believe he should still be over them. Yes, he is. He's right here. Sometime very shortly I will be putting the observer just over here to see what's going down up here. Which ends up being one of the better tactical moves I make during this game. Going back to everyone, and whoop, I think I missed something there. Oh well, it's not too biggie. I thought I was going to do is I was going to try something. I was going to go Robo with Colossus and Phoenix just to lift anything annoying up and take out any flyers, because I thought they might go back to flyers, but they don't, which is a bit saddening, and it destroys that plan really. A lot of lings going up to the back door up there. I managed to basically force my guys into a little cocoon to stop them from getting killed. I put a few cannons there because I had a little bit extra, quite a few extra minerals really, just to prevent that sort of thing happening again. There is a little gap, but it's not a very big choke. And slowing it down to 4 speed, I've got a couple of Colossus out and a couple of Phoenix, quite a few Phoenix actually really. And there's this Lings going around. He's set up a Baneling Balm at the back door, which we actually noticed when we dropped a scan. I'm not sure when that would be, but we noticed it at some point. This base almost completely mined out. I'm not sure why I left 55 minerals there, but here comes a nice big bio ball. We noticed those Ultralisks, and I was a bit dubious about getting any more Colossus, so I was like, okay, I'll just get Colossus, I'll see how this goes. So I got them out, and they're all sitting here. They work quite well on this map because of all the cliff and things like that, where you can just up and down, up and down, up and down, and effectively do damage over time, while basically annoying them with the micro. Speeding this up, here comes a big Bioball army by the look of things. Yes, Hydralisks, which will get absolutely eaten by the Colossus, because that is what they're good at killing. And here it comes now. And here it is. You obviously can't actually lift Ultralisks because they're massive, and you can't actually raise massive units. I do have a bit of a mind fart and completely forget to move my Colossus. That is not under my control anymore, which was a bit... Oh god, he actually used Neural Parasite. Oh my god. Going to use Cliff Advantage here to kill off that one, and this Hydra army retreats because it knows it's outgunned against this mini Colossus. I go in to see what I can do, almost missing that Baneling army, which I believe will take out that Colossus. No. Too longer range. Thank you, Colossus. Take out these few roaches before they can do anything, bring in some cavalry to go and soften them up, and I think I go into the back door. Not sure whether I even noticed this Baneling bomb, whether it explodes, but I do take out this Evo chamber before the research in it finishes, and I scare them off a bit. And this is where I use Cliff Micro, up and down, kill whatever's up here. Whoop, there's an Ultra. Go down the cliff, lose an extra one accidentally. Here comes another army. So I retreat quite a way. I'll send these guys off into the middle of nowhere because I don't really want them getting killed. And I go up onto this cliff and start killing them off from up here. Just moving away from this Hydra so they can't shoot me off the cliff. Make sure the Ultras can't get me, and start killing off the Hydras, hopefully. Is what I should have done. They start killing off the destructible debris, so I just start going back and killing them. And they go for me on the high ground, I go to the low ground. Very, very funny to watch this, and there goes one of the Ultras. I think I've got one, yep, 111, and here's the Protoss, the Hydralisk Bio Army coming towards me, which would, yeah, there you go, 2 Hydras chewed. And at this point, I haven't made my change yet. I think these I do some damage in this mineral line here with these Colossus, and there's a large bunch here of probes not working, which is a little strange really. I just walked straight over that Baneling landmine, which is quite funny really. In all honesty, I do quite a lot of damage. I kill every probe here, I believe, and there go the Baneling before they can get too close. And here come mass lings, which I believe is what ends up killing most of them, because the Ultras follow in pursuit. There goes one, and there goes the second. One of them escapes the cliff, goes down, goes up, goes down, kills the lings, and then it gets killed off by the Ultras because it's not a long enough cliff. Half of them get it, and half of them go to the other side. At this point, I'm not exactly sure what I should be doing, so I'm sort of having a bit of a mental kip and thinking, what really should I do? I accidentally made a warp prism heck knows why. So I was just like, go to the corner, I don't want to see you. Building a few Colossus just to keep units up on my side and make them keep thinking that I'm going to keep going with my Colossus Death Ball, which I'm eventually not going to do. Speeding this up because there's nothing interesting really happening, and I'm just using my Colossus army here. Don't want to let my allies attempted expansion fall, so I just use these Colossus that I've got as a bit of a threat factor and show them that I do still have Colossus, which means that they think they are safe in continuing on with the Ultralisk Hydralisk army. This is actually quite good, actually using threat factor, so they know that they think what they're doing is correct, and I have now transitioned into carriers, which ends up winning this purely from the strength of the carrier. Where have I hidden my fleet beacon? It's hidden nicely up here, and I seem to have forgotten a probe to go back to mining. Silly me. Oh well. Here's another attack, and it's going to actually be defended only just. Colossus sniping these Hydralisks completely out of range. Oh, I think I've slowed it down a little too far. There we go. And just going down here so I can snipe things off quite nicely. I do not know why they retreated on this one. I think it was because they took out my expansion, or they'd lost a few too many Ultra. I don't remember. Yes, they took that out and they start retreating. Couple follow, couple get a few probe kills. These Ultras are going to get absolutely thrashed because of Cliff Walk, lovely little ability, and I think they decide to retreat because of the tanks on the high ground and the planetary fortress here. In any case, do I reveal? No, that hasn't really finished. And they go back up and get protected by the tanks. There you go, 2 Ultras, lovely to see that happen, and those Hydras just getting absolutely mown down by the Colossus as they run. And here comes a Queen, which is a little strange to see, but that, I think it's killed. Yes, it does. Bye bye, Queenie. 1 carrier is out. I probably haven't actually noticed this at this point. Have a look at my player camera. No, I haven't. I'm long distance mining still, and that was what I was primarily concerned about. Getting that Nexus back up and running, and actually getting my mineral income steady again. Even though I have a lot of it, I really do like my mineral income nice and steady. Like I said, this isn't going to be much of a tutorial. I didn't actually say it, but I said it now. So there, this won't be much of a tutorial, but it will be just to show you how to counterplay. What I've done is I have countered what they have, which is, from my side, it was Ultras. I've let my ally counter that with his Marauders and his tanks, which are pretty decent on it, especially considering Marauders will do 26 damage per shot to the Ultralisk and take them down pretty quickly. I know the other guy has Hydralisks, and that is why I went to where are they? Colossus. And actually, if I hadn't been looking somewhere else, you'd have seen that I took out an entire, well, most of an economy here, and I will take out this hatch. And there are Corruptors, and I'm like, whoa god, oh god, oh god. And at this point, my ally's like, okay, wait for them to turn into Broodlords, or kill them now. And I was just like, actually, if they turn into Broodlords, no biggie, because I'm going to have carriers. If they stay as Corruptors, but they don't build any more, will be sweet, and they probably only have that many. But yes, so that was why I originally went Colossus, for a small Colossus Death Ball. Getting my upgrades for my air is also pretty critical. I don't think I get any more. No, I don't get any more plasma shields. A little bit obsolete. I'm not even sure where my. There it is, hidden down here. Haven't bothered to get a Twilight Council, so I was just like, nah, that's going to take a while. So I'm running out of minerals here, but I have 10,000 in stock, so I don't actually bother expanding. This gets practically stopped by all the repair work going onto that PF there, which is quite funny. I choose to reveal here, I think. No, I don't. I use my Colossus again, and that's keeping them thinking that I'm still making Colossus, which would be a huge mistake. They retreat because they realise they can't do enough damage to it. They obviously actually didn't see my Colossus there, so they don't know quite what I'm doing, but I would presume they would think I am. making more carriers. I do actually have a decent amount of carriers, 8 carriers and a mothership, yes, and that is what I have selected. And they come back with more ultras, and I actually managed to quickly snipe that PF just before it finishes going up. And it's trying to run away from that single turret, strangely enough, and I do choose to reveal this very soon on the next attack. And this will be what wins the game, because they don't have strong enough anti-air to take out this little death ball of mine. That would be the Corruptors just trying to get in and see what they can do, which would be nothing in this case. All in all, this was actually a very fun game, because I actually managed to get carriers out, and they were actually helped us win. It's not just Huck that can get them. Other players do get them in ladder when they fit the bill, which they do quite well because of their 40 DPS at vanilla carrier. When they go up to 7 damage, you can add an extra 16 to that DPS, which is quite a nice little sum. Going up to level 3, I believe, you can add another 24, so they will be doing about 64 DPS, because they attack once a second, and there are 2 attacks. Oh, actually there are 2 attacks, which means it will be 128 DPS. 2 attacks at 7 damage each, over 8 interceptors, and once every second. I choose to use these Colossus again to just try and see if there's anything here and just snipe that. I find that there's nothing actually built yet, but there is a hatchery going up, so I start killing that, which gets the cancel. Other than that, they just retreat back, and it's still a little bit of a fear factor for them that they are still there, so they do think they are doing the right thing, which they're not. Obviously. Let's have a look at everyone so we can see what's going on everywhere. And here comes another army, and I reveal the carriers accidentally, but the Nexus does go down, which is a bit of a bum. That's the second time. And here comes the massive group, battle group we have here come in. Nice lot of Marauders at 3-3, which means they do 26 damage and 4 armor, which is a severe amount of armor to have. 1 Baneling, I don't think that's going to do too much to this many Marauders. And the carriers here are just going to absolutely help rate this. Not enough Corruptors to phase this many carriers. They'll do severe amount of damage to this one with the Corruption, which is how you kill carriers. You just corrupt and bam, they die. But other than that, that was a very good game. They did GG, which is always nice to see when someone actually does GG. And there's about a minute of this, and he loves saying he's old Greg. About a minute of us killing the expansion again. Overall, what you should be taking from this, even though I probably haven't said this very well, but countering units is the most effective way to win. It's called a build counter. What I did was I thought that as we split it into responsibilities, one person took one army and the other took the other. I took the light army because Colossus are really good against them, and old Greg took the armor army and because the Marauders and he can do the Marauders can do a lot of damage. They're pretty cheap, and he likes his biomass. After going Colossus and it not being very successful because they don't do enough damage to the Ultras, I decided to go for their other weakness, which is because they only have a fairly small army of Hydras. It would be going into air units. Void Rays are too weak because they just can't deal the damage to Hydras to be able to take out a Hydra army if it came to it, and old Greg's army was destroyed. So carriers were the natural option because they do 8 damage times 2 over 8 interceptors. They can attack air and ground, and it's a fairly good attack. Attack speed, that is, sorry. And as long as you do have the Graviton Catapult, which for some reason I was too stupid to get, you'll be able to fling them out a lot faster. Keeping your shields up will also prevent them from taking too much damage, and getting your armor up is also recommended. But in this game I didn't go specifically into carriers, so I just needed them to do the damage and hopefully not get taken out before they can do the damage. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you wanted to see a longer version of it, I can send you the actual replay file if you message me. If you want to leave a comment, please do. don't put hate speech in, otherwise I close comments, and thank you very much for watching. See you on the battlefield, boys.